Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into something huge, Mission Mausam. It's an incredible initiative that's basically building a high-tech digital shield to protect India from some of the most extreme weather on the planet. So let's start with a really big question. How do you possibly predict something as unpredictable as the weather? And how do you do it on a scale that can protect over 1 billion people? For a country like India, this isn't just some thought experiment. It's a constant life-or-death challenge. Just to give you a sense of the scale we're talking about, look at this number, 75%. That's how many of India's districts are at risk from extreme weather. And we're talking about everything, devastating cyclones, massive floods, you name it.
All right, so let's dig into that first. We really need to understand the immense scale of the problem India's up against, which is all tied up in its unique geography and climate.
You see, with its massive coastline and a climate that pretty much hinges on the monsoon, India is right on the front line of climate change. The country faces hundreds of these extreme events every single year, creating this constant, incredibly complex challenge for everyone. Okay, so we've seen the problem, it's huge. Now let's get into the solution, this cutting-edge digital weather shield that's been engineered to tackle this challenge head-on. At the heart of it all is something called the MH-EWDSS. I know, it's a bit of a mouthful. It stands for Multi-Hazard Early Warning Decision Support System, and honestly, it is a complete game changer, developed entirely in-house by the Indian Meteorological Department. And this slide really shows you what a massive leap forward this is. Before, you had this fragmented system, a lot of manual work, and warnings that were mostly reactive. Now, it's all integrated. The workflow is automated. And the really crucial part is that the warnings are proactive and impact-based. It doesn't just tell you what the weather will be. It tells you what that weather will do. Now, this system is built on a long history. The IMD has been around since 1875. But just look at how fast things have moved recently. The MH-EWDSS platform was officially launched in January 2024 as part of the bigger Mission Mausam initiative, which then got the formal green light later that year. It's just a giant leap forward in a very short time. So, the big question is, how does this digital shield actually work? How does it take this absolute ocean of data and turn it into a clear, simple alert that can actually save someone's life? Well, it breaks down into a pretty clear four-step process. First, it pulls in a ton of data from everywhere, satellites, radars, you name it. Then, it analyzes all that info and visualizes it. From there, it prepares those critical impact-based forecasts. And finally, it blasts those alerts out to the public through every channel you can think of, SMS, apps, TV, the whole shebang. And when you look under the hood, the numbers are just incredible. Over 90% of the data processing is automated. Think about that. The forecast lead time is up from 5 to 7 days. That's 2 whole extra days to prepare. It's cut the prep time in half. Oh, and because they built it themselves, it saved an estimated 250 crore rupees. Not bad. Okay, so the tech is impressive for sure. But what does it all mean in the real world? Does it actually work when it really counts? Let's get into the impact. 0. Just look at that number. That's how many casualties there were during major cyclones like Biparjoy and Dana. That is not luck. That is a direct result of getting precise, timely warnings out to people so authorities could get them to safety. And it's not just saving lives, as crucial as that is. It's also saving money. Being able to predict things more accurately means they can be way more targeted with evacuations. So instead of moving everyone, they can focus resources, which has cut evacuation costs down to just 1/3 of what they were back in 1999. So it all adds up to this huge performance boost. We've seen that the forecasts are now 50% faster to prepare. And just as important, the overall accuracy has jumped by an amazing 30%. It's faster and better. And these benefits just ripple out across the whole of society. Farmers who use the system's advisories are seeing their annual income go up by more than 50%. The energy sector is saving electricity, they're saving tons of paper, and it's even making the government more efficient. So, where does this leave us? What does this incredible system mean for India's role in the world? And what does it signal about the future of managing disasters? Well, for one thing, this is way more than just a national success story. By building this world-class system completely from the ground up, India has firmly established itself as a global leader. It's basically a blueprint for other nations to follow. And it's not just a model in theory.
India is already sharing this expertise, providing life-saving cyclone warnings to over 10 neighboring countries. The whole system is designed to be replicated and scaled up, and it's no surprise it's been winning awards left and right for its work.
It all really comes down to this philosophy from the government of India, Har Har Mausam, Har Gar Mausam. It basically means weather in every moment for every household. And that really gets to the heart of the mission, doesn't it? To make sure that every single person has the information they need to stay safe.
India's digital weather shield is without a doubt a monumental achievement. But it also leaves us with a really important question for the future. As our climate keeps changing, how will our technology have to evolve right alongside it to keep us all safe?